After all milling, drilling and turning, it's time to remove the burr from the pieces and make sure that everything is moving smooth and nice. I'm using small grinding stones for this operation. Takes a time, but it's worth it. I did some scraping on the sliding part and the head. Maybe it's a little bit overkill. I could have lapped the pieces, but it's a nice exercise to scrape small parts, and it looks quite good when it's done. The scraping tool I'm using is just a carbide rectangular bar that I grinded to correct size, and I don't even have a handle on it. It's just use the bar as it is. I'm just looking for the small shiny spots in the middle of the blue spots. That's the highest points, and just remove them. They are a little difficult to find, especially when you have the camera. Can't lean too much towards the piece. As I said earlier, this is definitely overkill. It's not necessary to scrape these small parts. You just can lap it, and that will be alright. I didn't film anything about scraping inside the head. It's quite tricky to get a scraper inside there, and I don't know how to get a camera inside as well. Removing all the milling marks on a wet and dry paper. Use some mineral spirit on it. It's not much to see, my hands is in the way all the time, but I did it with most of the parts. It looks a little bit nicer when the tool is finished. Now it's time to put the tool together again and see how it works. The cutting tool is working quite well. I didn't make much effort to set it up correctly, so It's not completely round, it's a little bit oval, but well, the tool works anyway. Now it's time to take the tool apart again, make some final adjustments, do a little cold blowing on some parts. Maybe I'm going a little bit too far with the final adjustments. It's not a hot rod, it's just a spherical turning tool to make some round parts in the lathe. All the parts is done now, and it's time to do the final mounting of the tool. It's a little bit fiddly to get all the small parts in place. It had the pin for the give and the small set screws. Some oil is always good to have in moving parts. I use a little hair nail as a friction spring to the tool height adjusting screw. Well, there it is, the spherical turning tool. It's complete. Not perfect, but It's good enough.